it might have been a money thing though. And also because, you know, I don't know if they would have given them.
Hello, everybody!
Hello.
We are Shirayuri Production, and we are so happy to welcome you guys to, by the fans, for the fans, small VTuber agencies. You guys are going to get to learn a little bit about grassroots VTuber agencies, as well as a little bit about us here at Shirayuri Pro. We're not the full crew right now, huh? We are like half of us. And thus we are half of one entire brain cell. I hope you guys will be okay with that. That's why we're in a classroom right now. We are going to be working on ascending and expanding our brains, and we're going to learn a lot together today. Thank you so much to everybody that came out to me and Yado's panels earlier, actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yay! Raise your hands if you were at my panel earlier about 2.5 VTuber. We can see you, by the way.
Yeah.
There were quite a few.
Oh, wow. And now you guys were at my panel about VTubing and idol culture. Raise those hands and show me some jazz hands. Let's go.
Oh, jazz, actual jazz hands. Those are so cute. Wow. I almost feel like it's the reverse position as to when we're like streaming right now. I feel like I'm watching Landmark stream.
Yeah, it's you guys.
It's really cute.
Flesh people.
Yeah, look at all these flesh people. Wow,
Get around for me.
Yes, you with the tie right there. Nice. Thank you so much. Well, it's been super fun, even though it's only been day one of OffKai. Yado and I have been having a lot of fun going around, and Lavi and Godo have been living vicariously through us as well. We're going to have a lot more stuff lined up for you guys tomorrow, but in the meantime, we are here to help you guys wrap up the night with something very educational. You guys want to tell them what we're going to be learning about today?
We are going to be learning about small VTuber agencies with us, Shirayuri Productions, a small VTuber agency. Woo! Oh God.
And as you guys can see, Nyaru, Lavi, and Yodo here are also my students. They're working hard to get on the good noodle board over here. Here, let me show you guys the good noodle board real quick. Here it is. If Nyaru and Lavi and Yodo are good students today, then they will get gold stars and they'll get to go on the good noodle board.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the most. I'm the host with the most. I'm gonna get all the stars.
Yodo is very determined. Very, very determined.
Guys, when we did our run through, she was so determined to get Phoebe approval. It was kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to exert my dominance over everybody in this room. And I can't T-pose right now because I don't have arms. I can do that by getting arms.
No, you have arms. You're just so small that they don't show beyond the desk.
No, they're huge. You just can't see them because they're in a different dimension. They're in a huge dimension. Not like you would know, right?
Wow, you were trying to get my approval, and now you're talking back to the teacher. You have negative
There she
1
goes.
gold stars right now. Negative 1.
You mean make my good noodle ticket, please don't be a good girl.
Okay, I believe you. I will give you negative stars.
Okay.
You're going to have to prove yourself when we switch over to our little presentation, okay?
Oh yeah.
Alright. So we're going to teach you guys a little bit about grassroots agencies today. You've heard of Hololive, heard of Nishi-sanji, you've probably heard of Shoujo. They're all amazing. And some of them are actually guesting at our convention this weekend. But there are also a plethora of smaller agencies, including our own, and we're going to learn a little bit about why somebody would want to join one of those and the difference between those and big ones today. Oh! Ta-da! So, you guys are just like preschoolers. You're copying everything
brain cell, Phoebe. We said it
Yeah,
at the
you're right,
beginning.
you're right. Shared brain cell. And we're about half of the Shirayuri brain cell right now. And we're going to teach you a little bit about that Shirayuri brain cell. We want to greet you guys and introduce ourselves to you first, so that you know exactly who's talking to you, our credentials. I got a PhD in studies. Namaste! We are Shirayuri Pro, and we are one of the earliest ENVTuber agencies, actually. We were founded in August 2020 by Ansho P, who had a lot of experience in the anime convention scene and was able to bring a lot of that experience over to VTubing through Shirayuri Pro. We are a California-based agency, but we have talents from all over the world. We have Canadian talents, we have UK talents, we have talents on both sides and in the middle of the US. And I don't know, but we all seem to function on Pacific time somehow.
Yep.
Mountain Coast time represent.
You still function on Pacific time, though.
No, East Coast, West Coast. What are you talking about?
No, clarify. Says the guy who stays up according to Pacific time. Okay. Our philosophy for Shirayuri Pro is by fans for the fans, hence the title of our presentation today. It really has been a labor of love, nurturing Shirayuri Pro, and it was made by people who were big VTuber fans and have been able to kind of like keep that, again, very grassroots, very organic like, love for the craft alive in our agency. And also another philosophy of ours that's kind of become, so by the fans for the fans was the original slogan, but anyone can be an idol is a slogan that has like developed over time, as well as we have really a very diverse cast of VTubers here. Originally, we were called Shirayuri because Ansho had the idol dream. Just like Yago, Ansho wanted a agency full of pure and city soul VTubers. There's me. I do family-friendly content. And then there's everybody else. It's colorful in a wonderful way, though. It's colorful in a wonderful way. And so we have, like me, for example, if you came to my panel earlier, you would have learned that I am a 2.5D VTuber. I integrate my IRL idol activities on the real stage with my content as a VTuber. We have VTubers that do a little bit more mature and adult content, like Naru and Yodo. We have male VTubers as well. We have VTubers from all over that do a very wide variety of things. And thus, we like to believe that anyone can be an idol, even if you're
It's
not.
like Ratatouille.
Yeah, go ahead. It's like Ratatouille.
It's like Ratatouille, anyone can cook.
Yeah.
But anyone can be an idol.
Anyone can cook, anyone can be an idol. Exactly. That is our philosophy here at Shirayuri Pro. And to introduce the four of us that are here, there are in total 7 of us in this first generation, but only us 4 were able to make it tonight. I was the very first member of Shirayuri Pro, and I actually debuted before joining the agency and then hopped on. I am Phoebe, your 2.5D fairy tale idol. I am a singer, voice actress, and a real life stage idol that also does VTubing. And I am the family-friendly content creator of Shirayuri Pro. I'd really be happy to see you guys pop into the Beehive sometime. And next is a shining star in S Pro. Would you like to introduce yourself, Miyaru?
Okay, guys, I think y'all know what to do since you came to my last panel. It is time. So everyone, let's go. Oh, hold on, I can hear myself. That is kind of awkward. Anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and do it, everyone. Ready? Stand up. Tiger, diver, 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 fiber, diver. Yeah! Thank you, everyone. My name is Yaru. I am the Chinese star idol of Shirayuri Productions, but I'm also a failed idol. I'm trying to be kind to myself this weekend and not say that, But I am very excited to be here and to teach you guys about small VTuber agencies with my Shirayuri family! Yay!
And we also have Shirayuri Bros. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself, Lavi?
Oh, yes, thank you. Hello. My name's Lavi Force, your friendly neighborhood alchemist, VTuber that happens to live in a cardboard box. I just bit my tongue. I'm happy to be here. And it's good to meet you, everyone.
That's right. We're streaming from a cardboard box. That's like
Yes.
Tax evasion.
Let's go! Did y'all do your taxes?
I hope you all did your taxes.
Never.
Sorry, did I interrupt you, Lavi? Were you about to say something?
No, just happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you.
Yeah. We
Well,
love our
this connection
connection.
is really, really good from this cardboard box. That's like the millennial dream right now, is to have your very own cardboard box.
Prime real estate.
Hell yeah.
And last
There's
but
no
not
real
least,
estate.
last but not least, on the entire end of the economic spectrum, an actual ruler of a country. Would you like to introduce yourself, Hiro?
Good to see everybody. So nice to see everybody. My name is Yo-Yo. I'm supreme leader of the mighty country of the Yo-Yo Mania. I like long walks on the beach. I like your mom. And they are my ex-pro silvers because they're the best and they're really cool. I look up to them.
And you can say the same thing. Likewise.
Did I do good, Phoebe?
Yes.
There she goes again.
You get a
Do I
good
get a
song.
good, do I get a good noodle sticker?
Yes, you get a good noodle stick.
Yeah, I know.
Keep fishing for the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A step closer towards the goodest noodle. But all four of us are really happy to be here at OffKai Expo and excited to share some of our knowledge with you guys today. So next, Miyaru is going to go a little bit into how VTuber agencies are distinguished from other kinds of agencies.
Thank you so much, Sensei Phoebe. Alright, everyone, so the big question we're going to start with is, what is a VTuber agency? So there's 3 types of agencies kind of like out there in this sort of similar spectrum. So we're going to be defining it based off kind of like the definition of others. So let's go ahead and start. What's the difference between a VTuber agency, idol agency, and regular entertainment industry? So we'll start with the entertainment agency. So they usually mainly book talents for events and opportunities. So it's not really kind of, so you get like your managers and everything, but it's not like really like a set kind of like group or family of people. It's literally just like talent agency. You get someone that helps you individually. So you're kind of just on your own for most entertainment agencies. However, with idol agencies, you get recruited at a very young age, then you go to training. Sometimes you get put into a group, sometimes you're going to end up solo. It really depends on what that sort of idol agency is going for. And if you were at my last panel, you learned that most 3D idol agencies, of course, require physical bodies. Same with entertainment agencies. However, with VTuber agencies, they specifically help VTuber talent like us do really cool things like being here at OffKai Expo. They also help fund for things like our models or help us determine any design or marketing and just stuff like that. And yeah. That's what a VTuber agency is. They just help us out, be the best VTubers that we can be, help support us financially, physically, mentally, whatever it needs to get the job done. And we'll now have to ask Lavi to continue this part. Go ahead, Lavi. It's your turn.
Thank you, Naru. VTuber agencies shouldn't be confused with VTuber teams. VTuber teams are typically going to be organized groups of friends that will probably be affiliated or just a circle of friends that would collab one another, much like Fuatopia that Phoebe's in, or other ones like Atelier Live or Mugen. These are typically not bound by contract or managed by any one person. So the scale of a VTuber agency will vary between more grassroots agencies and more corporate agencies like your Nijisanjis and your Hololives. But the main reason why people would join an agency is something that Nyoru had touched on before, where agencies will often offer monetary support and resources, such as support for a model, support for any other assets or equipment that you would require, and even possibly training, whether it be vocal training, improv training, so on and so forth. Another reason why anyone would join a VTuber agency is to get that group unity, having that sense of belonging with your agency mates or having a support staff to support you mentally, monetarily, so on and so forth. Just have friends. And finally, exposure, outreach, and branding. If you're signed under an agency, that agency is part of what defines you. So you become, as Nara said, your outreach becomes greater, such that, I mean, we're here, we're at OffKai. But yeah, and depending on the agency, there's also salary and revenue shares. Typically, small agencies will go through revenue share, and the more corporate agencies will also offer a salary, depending on, of course, how big the company is. So now, that being said, I will hand this off to Yoro to speak about corporate and grassroots agencies. Yoro, if you please.
You already know. It's Pinky's #1 student.
Yeah, she was.
No, I am. I'm the best noodle. And you know.
Okay, then go on, girl. Do it. Let's see.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about comparing and contrasting grassroots versus corporate agencies. On right, oh no, the left there, sorry, I'm dumb. The left there, we see the big corporates, right? And obviously, I'm pretty sure like all of you guys know who this is. You're at a VTuber convention. Of course you're gonna know what these big three are, okay? But I'm gonna go over just what's important about them. So Hololive, we literally all know Hololive, okay? We love Hololive, they're amazing. But the main thing to take away from them is that they're actually more similar to an idol agency. They have a bit more emphasis on song releases and virtual idol performances, where in comparison to Nijisanji is more leaning towards an actual VTuber agency where it's focusing more on live streaming rather than the idol industry. And of course, we have VShoujo, which is the first major Western VTuber agency. And then on the right here, we do have a few grassroots ones in our scene, in the Western scene, such as Phase Connect, Tomo Cultivator Initiative, and Ember Glow. These are not necessarily backed by the huge investors and a lot of money that Hololive, Nijisanji, and VShoujo are, and they often start from the ground up and focus more on that close connections. And I actually have more on the next slide to talk more about that.
These are just a few of lots and lots and lots of agencies, and a couple that we were given permission to list here. But there are tons more as well.
Amazing. So a little bit more on the grassroots VTuber agencies. Grassroots agencies typically focus on a more local, more local talents within a specific language, a specific geography, a specific culture, rather than a global reach, because they are starting small. You gotta start somewhere, right? I guess S-Pro is similar. We do have a lot of California, or I guess US-based talents, so we all share that same language. We all share sort of similar geography, and overall a pretty similar culture within one another. An example of one of these would be Project Kawaii, which focuses on Southeast Asia. So a lot of their talents, or pretty much all of their talents, are specifically from Southeast Asia. They share that culture, they share that geography, and they share that language. Sometimes talents will double as staff. Usually grassroots agencies are for the most part smaller scale, but always working to grow, always working hard to grow. Yeah, a lot of them actually do maintain some of the freedoms of independent VTubing compared to the corporations, which may have a tighter leash on those talents. So I'm gonna hand it back to my favorite teacher as her favorite student. I'm gonna hand it back to Phoebe. You can tell us a little bit more about the benefits of grassroots agencies.
Man, you're working hard to be on the board.
You already know.
You're already know, baby girl.
Speaking of working hard, we wanted to tell you guys a little bit of the benefits of joining a smaller grassroots agency. Because a lot of people will want to join bigger corporate agencies, and so the big question is, why would you even want to join a smaller one? What is the point? But there are quite a few benefits actually, and these benefits are the ones that we personally have found ourselves. They may not be true for everybody that's in a grassroots agency. They may not be true for all agencies, but this is what we have found to be the benefits of being part of ESPA, for example. So we do find, and we keep emphasizing this over and over again, there is a sense of family and unity. As an indie, it can sometimes be very difficult reaching out to others for collabs, but inside of an agency, you have a group of people that you can always turn to be able to bond with, hang out with on or off stream, collaborate with, and make contact with. In addition, these are people that you can always direct your own fans to. Like if you're not streaming for a little while, you can always recommend these streamers to your fan base. In addition, there is, again, this varies from company to company, but there is typically more freedom in terms of content and conduct. Like, for example, I don't know, being able to have relationships more publicly for some of them. Some agencies are very, you must be family friendly. Others will like to do more mature content. And then also, like, for example, I know HoloLive needs like strict permissions from Nintendo if any of the talents want to stream a Nintendo game or something. But there's not as much of that if you're in a smaller agency typically. And then there is a chance for more intimacy with your fans as well. So for example, for Shirayuri Pro, we have our Shirayuri Production Discord, which is cool. Like some agencies have their agency Discords where you can chat with the talents in there, chat with the staff, but also we are allowed to have our own individual Discord servers as well, and conduct our own individual watch parties and events separate from the agency on our own there. Which is cool because, for example, my game nights and stuff might not function in the same way that some, like, I don't know, Cards Against Humanity game night that a more mature talent does. Yeah. And there's also more opportunity for talents to directly communicate with staff and upper management. From my understanding about some bigger agencies, you typically are assigned like a manager or something, and that manager then is the middleman between you and upper management. But for example, us, we just talk to the CEO on a regular basis, and we bully him sometimes.
Yeah, we can bond.
Much bullied.
You can bully your managers. Let's go.
Yeah,
They
What other
that
locals can you
too.
bully your manager at?
Chad Shirayuri Production.
He takes it out on me.
Take it out on you? I didn't know that. Oh no, it's the circle of life.
All the time, you have backstage.
Seriously. The writing's been on the wall.
It really is like a more casual and familial kind of dynamic. And next, Yadu is going to kind of explain to you. So these are benefits of joining grassroots agencies. But a lot of people really want to join huge corporate agencies. Whether you're joining a big agency or a small one, there's always questions that you as a VTuber should ask yourself first to see if it's even a good fit for you, big or small. And Yadu is like a big advocate for being careful about this kind of thing. So So go ahead.
Alright, so yes, the big question now is corporate life for you? Let me move my slide over. So for many VTubers, they see joining a huge corporate agency as the end game goal. I know whenever we see Hololive and Nijisanji applications go up, everyone's like, I'm going to apply, I'm going to make it in this time, like we're going to go for it. This is the end all be all. Of course, with everything in the entertainment industry, there are smoke and mirrors, and there's a lot of glitz and glamour that we just end up getting blinded by it, and we kind of don't take ourselves into consideration when we say, I want to be part of a corporate agency. The corporate life may not be for everyone. Again, like Phoebe said, I'm a really big advocate for this because a lot of people, again, they see the glitz and glamour, but they get blinded by it, and you know, they end up going into a situation where they get accepted, but then what if like these circumstances surrounding the corporate agency may not fit them or end up being something that was totally unexpected or something just bad happens and then a whole bunch of just horrible stuff just happens to you and it's just because no one questions if this is right for me. So I'm going to have Lavi explain and give you some questions to ask yourself if you're going to be going into corporate. So take the floor, Lavi.
Okay, some questions to consider before making a choice to go corporate. The first question, are you fully prepared to transition your hobby into a full-time job? There's a saying that a preschooler like myself should probably have no business knowing that if you make your hobby your job, you won't work a day in your life. That is not necessarily true for everyone. That burnout is real, and it is something that can weigh on you. Second question: Are you okay with having to play a character at all times? So as you sign on to a larger company like Hololive or Nijisanji or even VShoujo, you not only become a talent of theirs, but you also become a public figure, and as such you would have to keep up your appearance, bringing that imposter syndrome to brew and stew, and that's gonna have some fun implications into your psyche. Are you prepared for that? Third question, are you prepared for the possible safety risks should any personal information be leaked? So yeah, going on that, you have become a public figure. As a public figure, that means that more eyes are on you. That would also mean that more people would like to do less than savory things to you. So doxing is a thing that happens and is bad, but it happens, and you also run the risk of doing that the more eyes that are on you. Can you handle the pressure of instant or viral fame? So yeah, you become, congratulations, you become a new talent of Hololive or a new talent of VShoujo. That is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Like,
It can be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment you say like a pee-pee poo-poo joke, that's gonna go viral everywhere if you're in Hololive. Are you ready for that kind of instant, automatic eyes to be on you, essentially?
It's also
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like
think to like the debut sometimes, where it's like, maybe you were a streamer that streamed to like 100 people on a regular basis, and you go corporate, and suddenly there's tens of thousands of people in your debut from day one. I feel like some people may crumble under that kind of just, I don't know, like maybe you didn't have stage fright before when you were like a couple hundred viewers, or even like 50 viewers or something like that. But you sudden stage fright.
Exactly. And Then the last question is, can you handle the pressure of having to have an idol persona in the public eye? This falls under playing your character. You have to make sure that you keep up your appearances at all times. Your appearance is your trade, pretty much, and whether or not you're prepared for that is something to seriously consider. And now, I will pass the floor over to Yoro for questions to ask yourself for joining any agency, and possibly give them more chances at getting stars.
What's up? It's your boy Yoda Yo-Yo. So, I have a few questions you should ask yourself whether you're going to join any agency, whether it's grassroots or corporate. Number one. Why do I want to join an agency, and what are my goals for myself as a creator? Obviously, if you're thinking of joining an agency, you should also set maybe a goal for yourself as a creator. Do you want help with your content? Do you want help with a farther reach? Is money tight for you, and maybe it's just something you can't, if you just had some of the necessary monetary elements, you'd be able to make your dream come true over there. You want to make new friends? I think it is absolutely necessary to have a plan of approach if you're thinking of joining an agency, and definitely a reason. You don't want to just join an agency willy-nilly and realize later on that maybe it wasn't a good fit, maybe you don't like agency life, and it's not for you. Second one, number two, does this agency vibe with me? You would think that this would be higher on the list, and it should be. You want to choose an agency that, first of all, do your research. Do your research on the agency that you're looking for. Think about that culture that comes with it. If you're going into a grassroots one, do you want something that is a little more laid back, a little more casual, something that, you can make fun of your boss for being a bottom in the public Discord chat? Or maybe do you want something that's more professional? Are you prepared to understand and have to handle, the aforementioned risk and, the culture of what Lobby said, of corporate culture? Do you want something more serious? Are you gonna take it more like a business? Do you jive with their rules? Do you not jive with their rules? It really is down to your own personal preferences, your own personal beliefs as a creator, as a person versus the agency. And the last one is, would being part of this agency enrich my content creation experience in some way? For some people, it's as simple as yes or no. It really does depend on what you're looking for as a creator, and which does kind of go hand in hand with the first question. But yeah, baby, did I do good? Do I get another?
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
you do. In fact, I think it's time to put a few more stars on the good board.
You think so?
I think so. Oh, yeah, there you
God,
go.
you hear her?
You can't see it, but I'm flexing my big bulging muscles so hard. Yeah.
Good
Yo-yo
stars,
mania
Wow.
Yo-yo mania
Wow.
Yo-yo.
I call shenanigans.
No.
I donated my stars actually, just
No, you
because.
didn't. No, I own all of them.
No, I donated them to you.
Now, Luffy ate his stars. He's very hungry right
He's
now.
hungry.
Please.
He's the kid in
Yeah.
with glue stick. He's the kid in school who would eat the glue stick like it was a lollipop. But it's okay because
I need the eraser, thank you very much.
it tastes good. I don't blame you.
Oh,
That one did taste good.
wait. I've never experienced this before. I didn't know that certain. I mean,
Okay,
certain
baby, I
colors
know
do
we're doing
really
tomorrow.
taste better. Oh god.
Are you gonna go eat purple?
Yeah, I'll go buy the purple ones for our sleepover.
All right, you guys.
Am I right?
Come to my meet and greet to watch me eat purple, I guess. Okay.
I ate dog food that one time. It's fine.
I ate a kitty litter.
Oh god. Okay.
Do you remember that?
You know what? I'm feeling queasy now. Let's move on to the next day. So basically,
Okay,
that all those questions, including whether purple tastes good or not, may sound kind of scary to you. But I don't know, joining an agency is a big decision, and it's just something that you should carefully think about. So just think about your future before applying. Carefully read contracts before signing. And because like for some people, their content might thrive more if they're doing it solo. It really might. And for others, they might be perfect for an agency. It doesn't mean that you're worse off or better off being part of one or not. It really depends on your own needs. And now we would like to open the floor to questions. We have, you guys probably noticed in other panels, there is a panel chat in the OffKai Expo Discord, and you guys are super welcome to put any of your questions in there. If we have time, you guys will get to see us demonstrate our solidarity as an agency and play a Jackbox game together. But we would like to open the floor to as many questions as you guys would like to until the time is over. We have about 24 minutes, so feel free to go ahead and ask us in panel room 1 chat. We are looking at the text chat right now. I see someone is typing. So entropy is a bottom, huh? Is that a question? Is that a question that we should be answering?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
I see people nodding.
Yes.
Alrighty, we got some questions,
There's
guys. Let's
nothing
go ahead and answer
wrong with
them.
that.
Alrighty, so Lexi asks, what are your thoughts in joining S-Pro? How did you find them, and for what reason did some of you join? I think we go individually one-on-one on this one, so I'll start with this one. So my thoughts on joining S-Pro. Originally, I actually saw Phoebe join S-Pro first, and I was like, wow, Phoebe's cool. I want to be with Phoebe. And then it turns out Ancha was a big AKB fan. I'm a big AKB fan. And it just kind of flourished from there.
What an origin story.
But the reason for joining is that I genuinely wanted help with, kind of starting out, because VTubing was still very new at the time. Again, this was 2020. I really wanted the assistance financially. I really wanted the assistance mentally, and just to help grow my brand. And that's what S-Pro has really done so far. And I'm very happy to be with them. Let's go to, we should start with you, Phoebe, actually. Just go in order who joined. They would have been more smarter.
Oh. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But I liked hearing about your your origin story, Yano. Thank you for sharing with us. For me, so I was the very, very first talent that joined, and I actually had already debuted as a VTuber. I saw that Shirayuri Pro was being recommended. So I noticed that S-Pro was full of people that I kind of was already familiar with from the convention scene. If you came to my panel earlier, you'll know that I did and continue to do a lot of live stage performances as an idol. And these are people that either were staff at events that I had performed at, or they had come out to see some of my shows before. I was just very curious about S-Pro in general because I hadn't heard of anything other than any agencies other than HoloLive or Nichi-Sanji at the time. So I checked it out, and then finding that these people that I liked a lot and trusted were running it, I gave it a try joining because I really, really wanted to take my VTubing seriously. I wanted to take my VTubing seriously. I wanted to take my idol work seriously. And I trusted that these people who could run events so well in the anime con scene would be able to help me in some way, shape, or form as well. And that's why I joined and gave it a try, and it's been lovely so far. And next after me was Miyaru, I think, and then after Miyaru was
Yeah, so when I found S-Pro, okay, first of all, I should preface this. I may be a little stupid. I'll preface my story with that. So when I joined S-Pro, or when I went to audition for them, rather, because there was an audition process and all that, I filled out the form. I saw I remember they had an announcement on Twitter. That's how I found out. And something about it, it call it precognition or like a premonition. I just knew.
That from Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was a sign from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior himself. He looked me in the eye and said, "You're you weep, go join it." But no, I saw it, and there was just something about it that just felt right. I felt like I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I just felt it. Like I felt like I had to do it, and I did it. I filled out everything. I filled out the form, submitted it, and then I went to go check out my answers. At the bottom of the form, it says, "We are a family-friendly company," and I went, "Oh."
We just ruined everything.
Yeah, pretty much. I joined the company, and I was the most yabai starting off, because Yanni was still in her stay-so phase at the time, and I was very yabai. And I was really worried about like fitting in. I was really worried that maybe the others would kind of off-put by me because I was, I'm loud. This is just for record. But like before I joined the age, like a stream before I got the notice, I was seeing Ram Range. Like I was just like on that. Like I was on that grind set. And so I was really worried that maybe they wouldn't like me. But it ended up being an absolutely great fit. Everybody is so nice. I find with all the staff. I find with all the talents, me and Yadi were really close, like we'd be homies, go to True for Life. I get along with everybody, and it turned out to be really, really great. And I am really, really glad that I joined it. So yeah, and then after that, we had Kusui Tatsu join, and then we had Lavage. Lavage. What about you, Lavi?
Well, I originally joined VTubing as a method of self-improvement, and I wanted a way to make sure I didn't quit halfway. So a group of people I was talking to then shared the Twitter post that Shirayuri Production was holding auditions, and that became a thing. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, sure, let's give this a try. And then I got the acceptance, and basically it went like, oh god, what did I just do? But I never thought that I'd join a company, especially just starting out. But I came to learn that as I interacted and saw the streams of my Espero siblings, that they were really all friendly, and I wouldn't be afraid to speak with them or do anything like that. In fact, I'd probably have quit a long time ago if I hadn't joined.
And we're glad you have it. You're great.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Alrighty, our next question that we have is from
Favorite
NG.
colors? Oh,
Yeah. Millie, favorite colors, sorry.
Millia's favorite colors. So let's do it real fast.
Millie.
Pink.
Yeah. Go Phoebe.
Pink.
Blue.
Blue.
Purple.
Okay, Lee.
Oh.
I like this combination of colors.
Where the space you
With the bisexual flag color. Let's go.
But yeah, those are our favorite colors. Thank you. And then the next one is from MG. Yana was about to say it. I'm so sorry if I interrupted you.
No, it's okay, because you caught me on that one. So the next question is, how has joining Espero expanded your connections and opportunities for networking? Have you gone to work with someone you never thought you would get a chance to? Yes, Phoebe is my big example, actually. Me and Phoebe were kind of in adjacent communities, and I never thought I would get to work with her because she's so keto, sparkle. And then here we are, shitposting at OffKai together.
And I'm so happy that we get to work together as well.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else want to answer?
You guys go first.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd say that one thing that Espero does good is saying, "Do it, coward," and really hyping you up to like go ask people, because it's nice. And it's just nice that I generally have a support network, or like a support team. What's it called? Support net. I don't know, but like different people who like support you and stuff like that to go do it. Like so many times, like for example, what I'm proud of, I'm a big Vampire the Masquerade fan. I got to talk to Devs of Blood Hut, and I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do it without Espo like cheering me on and going, "Do it, coward! Post it, coward!" And now I'm sort of friends with them, but it was really cool because like I had never expected to be like that close to like my favorite tabletop RPG of all time. It's really cool. But I've also been able to meet like so many different kinds of people from different walks of life. Like pretty much just in like our Expo family itself, we have so many different people with like so many different interests and tastes, and we're all united. Like this sounds like super idol anime of me, and I want it to be that way. Okay, I want an idol anime fantasy. Okay, but we're all united under one thing, and that's like we want to be an S-Pro, and we're proud of being an S-Pro. And I really like that. I like that kind of team meshy thingy we got going on. It's really nice. Yeah.
Everyone you see before you know.
Thanks for the clap. Thank you.
How about you, Phoebe? Do you want to answer it?
I mean, yes, it would be reiterating everything you guys already said. S-Pro talents and staff are some of these people that I didn't know I could grow so close to, and I'm very, very glad that I have. On a more business level, it's actually helped me more with my IRL performance. Like, I was able to travel out of state to go perform at Northwest Idol Fest. And that was my very first out-of-state performance, whereas everything else that I had done, I'd only like toured through California basically. And that was because S-Pro got us in contact with Series I believe, which got us in contact with IdolCon, which got me in contact with Northwest Idol Fest, which then I met networking, you guys. I met the CEOs of OffKai Expo when I was doing my meet and greet at Northwest Idol Fest because our booths were right next to each other. And I was like, wait, VTuber Con? And then they were like, VTuber Idol. that was kind of a cool thing that happened. It was kind of like a Spider-Man moment, a little bit. The Spider-Man meme. Yeah. Into the VTuberverse. And so yeah, definitely both in terms of my S-Pro fam and also people that I've gotten to meet on a business level. I think it definitely has. Thank you for the question, Emily. The next one, us from Odyssey. Hi, Odyssey.
Heyo.
Does the agency vibe with you came up? What are some signs that the agency does in fact vibe with you for large and small corpos?
I want to answer this. So you just feel confident. You feel that sense of confidence, like you feel good being around them, and you feel comfortable with them. So confidence, comfortable, and what was the third one I said? I don't even know.
I don't know. But definitely, I don't know. The last one could be cozy. I don't know.
Yeah!
Confident, cozy. But I definitely agree with Yana that like it's on a personal level, whether you're comfortable around them, and then I would like to add like on a logistical or business level, like if the I don't know, the logistics behind it and the way that like events and staff and everything work also works with your type of like work ethic, I suppose. If the work ethics of the company vibe with your work ethics as well. Thank you very much, Odyssey, for the question. Did anybody want to add anything else to that?
For me, it was when I joined S-Pro and Crap started making Persona 4 memes, and I was like, this is the one, this is the agency. I feel homey.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just on a like talent level, it's on within the staff as well. But go ahead, Levin.
Oh no, I was just about to say, on the same token, the moment that I joined, the backstage chat lit up with, brother?
Like, mail! There's a mail in here!
Boy.
That's what I meant.
Oh my god. Wait, I'm just getting second.
Someone get me out of here, please.
Alright, let's go on to the next question then. I think that's a perfect segue. So, Citrus, Cat's a task did y'all spend per day working and refining your VTubing hobby before joining your respective agencies? And how much time are you spending on it now? So I joined S-Pro a week before I debuted. So technically, a little bit, I did one practice stream to make sure everything was working, and I liked what I was doing. And then I debuted in S-Pro, and yeah, this is it, that's all I did. But I did take time, of course, designing my model and everything. But I did actually buy purchase and design my model myself before coming to S-Pro, because I was just already okay with the VTubing thing. S-Pro was just kind of like a last minute surprise and great addition to my life. I am forever grateful for them for taking up already an established talent technically. So yeah, that's technically how much time technically it would be around like a month or 2 or 3. I don't know. Anyone else want to answer it?
I can't, cause I debuted, when did I join? I forgot, I'm not good at anniversaries.
November. Actually, no, October.
October, Halloween month. I had debuted in July of that year. So I was already VTubing for quite some time. And we were VTubers who joined the community. It was quarantine, we was bored, we had nothing else to do. So I didn't take it, I was kind of casual about it. And I was just kind of like a hobby thing for me. But once I joined Expo, it really became something I absolutely doubled down on. Now I'm working on it I'm working on it like pretty much every day. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm working on stuff I have planned in the future, all that. So for me, joining an agency really like upped my work ethic. Thank you. It upped my work ethic. Thank you. And it made me take it more seriously. Definitely, I really do view it as it is a hobby. It's very fun, but it made me work harder at it and try to do my best to like deliver content to my peasants. Yeah.
Very, very privileged peasants to be able to watch your content.
Yeah, you would.
What about you, Lavi?
I actually, when I joined Espero, I still hadn't finished all of my assets, and so yeah, I technically didn't really even start VTubing until after I joined Espero, and even now after I've joined, with all IRL fun stuff, I try to devote whatever time I can to VTubing to actually start having a proper schedule and not die from IRL stuff. So that's fun. But yeah, other than that,
You're always balancing it with your crazy full-time job as well.
You like
Yes.
Hannah Montana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Hannah Montana. Yeah.
It doesn't even sound straight. I don't think we should be singing that without their permission.
Oh yeah, it's like
I can get sniped by it at any time.
Michael Mouse is in this room right now. A sniper rifle into his pants.
I'm scared of Michael Mouse. To quickly answer that for you before we move on. How much time I spent before VTubing? Well, I've been content creating for a while, so I was kind of already in the groove of things. But nowadays, how much time do I spend? More hours than there are in a week, and I am dying. Someone please send help.
Save me. Save me.
There is a wide variety of experiences between each of us because we're in a grassroots agency. We all kind of function on our own our own work ethics and our own schedules and level of activities and kinds of activities that we do. Overwork and stuff is something that I'm personally struggling with right now. But it's something that S-Pro constantly is trying to help me with and encouraging me through as well. So they are also a big what like a rock for me. It's kind of grounded.
Keep us grounded, yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Oh my God.
You smell who's cooking?
Can you smell what Ancho is cooking? It's fish.
So we do have 5 more minutes. We'll try to get through each of your questions as quickly as we can. And I think we're going to just do individual answers from here on out. What can members of informal or formal streamer teams learn from small agencies that might improve their content, finances, or mental health? Would anyone like to answer this one?
I would like to be organized and host meetings with each other. I think that's something that is very taken for granted when it comes to teams. People just form a team and then that's kind of it. Like they'll just do like collab streams here and there. But other than that, like they don't host like meetings or anything. So please host a meeting with your team group. Figure out what exactly you want to do as goals, talk it out, vibe with each other, just sit even if it's just sitting in a VC and just like watching a movie, socialize, interact, so you can get that sort of, the kind of banter that we've been doing throughout this whole panel. So yeah, all I can say is just sit down with your team and just have a meeting. It doesn't even have to be an official business one. Just have a vibe session. Get to know each other. Show that you guys are a part of a team, and that's how you can help build something like that.
Thank you very much for that question, Carrie, and also thank you, Megan, for the answer. That's perfect, actually. That's exactly what. That's it. And then next is from Cliff. By the way, K-Max is awesome. Cliff, thank you so much for your question. It's apparent that grassroots organizations such as SPRO definitely go through a lot of trial and error before they start to flourish. Is there anything you wish your staff or management helped you with or knew earlier? Sorry if this question is sensitive. It is totally fine. I would like to answer this one actually, if that's okay. And I think one of the things is that we currently are working on right now as kind of an entire company rebrand in some ways is cohesiveness. Like yes, we are all about diversity. We have so many different kinds of talents, but there was like a disconnect in like our branding, in the way that we would represent ourselves as part of the agency. Each and every one of us did it kind of in a different way. Like put it, I don't know, even as little as like how to format your name on Twitter. Like everybody's supposed to do that.
But there was too much, I think it was like too much diversity within this that it just kind of like, it kind of just turned into a jumbled mess.
Or it's like, it's okay to have that much diversity, but there should also be things that are the same as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, having matching t-shirts or something if you're on a sports team. If you just all have different shirts on, you're passing the ball to the wrong team. Or like, I wouldn't, I'm small brain. So, but I guess like, it would kind of show in the way that like, people, and continue to this day, continue to be confused about whether like, I'm on 2 teams. I'm on a team and I'm on an agency. They're like, which one's the team and which one is the agency? And that's kind of what we're kind of trying to resolve right now, so that people will know exactly that Fuatopia is my team, Shirayuri Pro is my agency. There's a big difference between the two, and that difference needs to be distinguished. Thank you very much for that question, Cliff. I think that's the biggest thing, though there might be a couple other things too as well. Headless has a question. Is it okay to have goslings, including ones with the first name Y? Yodo, is this okay?
If Ryan Gosling became a fan of me, I would die on the spot.
Luxie also asks a question to Yodo. Are you going to get in trouble for telling all of us about Ancho P being a bot?
He was in my Discord getting mad at me. He was like, you cringe. And I was like, what are you going to do about it? Step on me? No, because you're a bottom. Get out of here. I'm going to get out of here.
Alright.
Thank you.
I think I kind of want to answer this or show off this question because I love it. Who do you guys think is the best Omori character and why is a hero, Phoebe?
Go ahead.
I'm being called out. I'm being called out. Oh my god. He is a male wife. He is her husband. Actually, I ended up finding out that I probably made Hiro my husbando in Omori because he is most similar to me. Like, it's
You know
really,
what? That's true.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He's very charming.
Self-love, baby. Self-love.
Let's see.
Yeah,
what are the
that's all
top
the
3
time we
things?
have, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all the time we have actually.
There is going to be a thread that you guys can continue to ask us questions and we can respond to it in there. But thank you so much everybody for coming by and for attending our panel, attending our individual panels earlier today. We really appreciate it and hope that you learned something. Feel free to keep asking your questions in the designated thread. Tomorrow we have a couple of events. Such as Nyaru has a meet and greet in the morning. We have our Shirayuri Pro concert on the main stage at 3:15 p.m. It will go Yodo, Nyaru, EP in that order. And then I have a meet and greet as well where I'll be selling some of my merch. And it's going to be at 5:45. And then big Phoebe Hive gathering at night at 8 p.m. as well. I hope you can come and support all of us tomorrow. And we really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And Nyaru, Lavi, Yodo, you're all on the good leaderboard. Thank you.
Yes!